for the season 2 premiere of Killjoys. We are talking Dutch and the real girl. We're so excited for Killjoys to be back. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to the Killjoys season premiere. Yay! I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. I'm so excited. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Hit subscribe. We're also on iTunes and SoundCloud. Like I said, I'm Yael Tygiel. I have my lovely panel here.
YouTube, thanks for watching. Make sure to...
Oh yeah.
Oh
Thanks
my
for
goodness.
watching.
Thank you for watching. My lovely panel, Zach Wilson is back.
Hey guys, good to see you. I'm ready to kill for some joy.
All right, calm down. Stephen Lemieux.
Yes, the bearded side of the table is here, and you can find me on Twitter as always at Stephen Lemieux, StephenLemieux. And man, I'm ready for some Davin action. It's pretty great.
I'm real glad that I'm not on the bearded side of the table. Guys,
Join us.
no, I make
You
sure
know
I
you
no,
wanna
I
come
shave it.
this
I'm
side.
good. So here's the question, guys: how happy are you that Killjoys is back?
Oh, I'm so excited. Like, here's the thing. I hadn't watched it since it went off the air last year.
Right.
And then to get ready for this, I went out, I got the Blu-ray, and I binge watched it. I forgot how much I love this show.
Yeah.
It's so insane. And then the season premiere they're doubling down on how insane this world is.
Absolutely, Stephen.
They literally, like, I'm watching this and I'm just like, man, it's just like the first season. I feel like I'm watching a Mass Effect soap opera. It's great. I really enjoy it. No, because you got the girl with the gun arm. I'm like, okay, I can imagine Shepard going to the bottom of the ship and she's one of the characters and you got to do her side quests and stuff. I'm like, this is great. It's an RPG TV show.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I'm
glad.
I forgot how great this show is, right? Like, I remember loving it. I remember being like, oh, I love this show. And then I remember, like, all year being like, yeah, there's this great show, Killjoys. But not watching it all year made me forget how freaking amazing it is. This was the best premiere I've seen in a long time for, like, a second season.
It's just like so many sci-fi shows try to take themselves so seriously, and then when they add in that humor, it just feels weird. You're like, why are they being funny right now when people are dying?
Yeah.
This is just like, people are dying. It's hilarious.
You're right. There's something about the tone of Killjoys. There are shows that it's a fine line you have to walk when you're dealing with like serious stuff that like sci-fi action shows deal with, and the absurd humor of calling out what you're looking at. Because there's a girl running around with a 3-barrel gun arm.
Yeah.
Alice.
Yeah.
Named Alice.
Named Alice.
I love it.
It's one more barrel than Ash versus Evil Dead. I mean, you gotta say.
It's longer than his,
we'll
too.
talk about Clara,
Okay.
which we'll also
Wait,
talk
the
about
companion Clara?
Nope, not Clara. Clara. We'll talk about her.
Oh, Dutch said Clara.
She's English. Anyway, but I want to start with our opening scene because I was so angry when it started. Like the first moments when they're all together, I went, are you effing kidding me? We're just going to jump ahead and skip all this crap. And then as soon as he said, like, I don't remember, I went, oh, got it. It's a dream. Got it.
When they first introduced like the memory thing where he's like, it's like, wait, are we just doing a whole season of Davin with memory problems again?
Wait, that was season 1. Oh yeah.
I was like, there's there's no way that's what we're doing. And then it got weird and fancy running around. It's
Fancy? Can I just say how fancy looked? I'm sorry, Sean looked beautiful in that coat with the thing. Fancy looked fancy.
They don't
Dude,
call him
Klein is-
Fancy Lee for nothing.
Klein still is probably the most sci-fi guy ever. Like, I feel like the costuming department just hit it so square on.
There's something about between costuming. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on that. But between hair and makeup, hair and makeup with the costuming department, like the way that they've made him look, because it's not just the costume. Like,
he literally looks like you took an action figure and turned it into a human, and not the other way around.
Yeah, a handsome silver fox.
He's too perfect. It's just.
I agree.
I agree. It's like somebody took an action figure and 3D printed a human instead of the vice versa.
You're right though. It's like it's smooth in a way that's not fake, but it's not real either.
It's beautiful. I don't know what you guys are talking about. He's beautiful. But so we're in this dream and they're going to try to go break into Red 17.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Nice.
I mean, my brother.
So good. I love these references. But we have this kiss, which is for the fans. It's a kiss for the
It's
fans.
really just for the fans, because I was just like, okay, I know this is a dream sequence, but that line was so weirdly delivered. Screw it.
Do that again for us?
Screw it.
It's happening.
That was great. It was for the fans.
And then there's just like fire. Where it's like, okay, if there was any percentage of doubt in my brain that this was a dream sequence, because at the time I think I had like 10% chance that this is real, and then fireworks are going off around. Like, all right.
No, they're grinding down the door in the background.
Yeah.
It's just sparks. It's realistic, Zach.
And there's a pink light shining.
realistic.
I don't know about when you kiss people, but that's what happens when I kiss
I don't know
people.
about your angle grinder, but it's made with pink lasers and not any other color.
Pink are the most effective lasers.
Exactly. They work.
They're
Okay.
diamond
They
level.
use love power.
All right, let's talk about our team not on Arin, right? That's how we're splitting today's episode up.
Yes.
We're starting with Dutch and Johnny trying to get onto Arin because they weren't really there.
Let's just talk about the fact that our dynamic trio right now is Dutch, Johnny, and Pri.
Pri is amazing. Pri is killing it. I want Pri to live on this ship forever. When they start going into the into Arin's shield, and Pri goes, "I'm new to this ship. Do we get a That was great. That was amazing.
No,
I love Pri so much.
He's a great because now they're like both characters are so hell bent on getting to Davin back.
Yes.
Look, that's how it's spelled, Yael.
Go on.
There's an apostrophe in his name.
I'm
We have
aware.
to pronounce it.
Yes.
But they're so hell bent on getting him back that you need somebody to question it. So Pri's presence there is like this, hey, this isn't a good idea. Oh my God, we're burning up in orbit.
Well, be honest though, I would have hated if it was just Clara, Johnny, and Dutch, because you'd just be like, oh, we're in the second season, let's just introduce a new character right off the bat and have that be the trio. No, you have Pri, who we kind of know pretty well, has history with these characters, so he can riff back and forth, and we're not wondering why Johnny's not punching him in the face.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, they have history, they're fine, okay, and now they're gay lovers, got it. And now he's gone from full-on Egyptian garb to completely black My Chemical Romance, I'm a criminal.
I just want to say, Pri, do not get with Johnny. It's a death sentence.
That's true. Pri can't get with Johnny.
You can't let Johnny fall in love with you or you're gonna die.
Johnny said hello flirtatiously once, and the next second she got shot. And I was just like, oh, are you serious right now?
All right, so let's get to Clara. So we find out that there are the Conovers, who are these con artists.
Conavers.
Yeah,
It's two.
my apologies.
Irish space gangsters.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Their daughter Apple is the most popular.
So we have to go get this tech that is a shield for Arin, and it's being held as collateral in Eulogy, which is a barter town. It's where criminals go to gamble. And they need a criminal. And of course they have Pri, and just Pri's reaction was beautiful when they realized that Pri was a...
What? I have skeletons in my closet.
Yeah, I love it. So I want to know all of Pri's backstory, where he was like a hardened, or not maybe not hardened, but he was some kind of arrested criminal.
So he has three, they named three aliases. We have Prima Dedis, which is, I think, Pri's real name, Prima Dedis. Big Daddy Scrimshaw, which is a great alias. And Paris O'Malley. These are the, I wrote them down.
Did you see the pictures on the screen?
Yes.
Where it's him
What
with
is
like
that hair?
golden hair going backwards.
Tom Allison, beautiful.
It looked like rejected fan art from what is that terrible Channing Tatum sci-fi flick recently? Mars Fallen.
What? The one with
Jupiter
Mila Kunis?
Ascending?
Yeah.
Jupiter Ascending. Yeah,
Mars
there you go.
Fallen, Jupiter Ascending.
Sorry, that's the
Smooth.
sequel to London Has Fallen. Is Mars Has Fallen?
see.
We're going to the future.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was beautiful. So we get there and we're having this great Outlaw Casino storyline while Dutch is down trying to get the tech, which is attached to our new girl, Clara, who I fell in love with. Just to be honest. No one? Just
Yeah, no. She's really badass. The name Clara has a lot of baggage
I understand.
for me.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into that, but I'm on board for this Clara.
Yeah.
Clara.
I like Clara.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Clara.
With a gun arm.
Alice.
Yeah.
Named Alice. I love it. And then we have, I'm sorry, Clara and Lucy and Alice. That threesome I'm down with. I'm very supportive.
I'm waiting for her to shoot with her arm through a looking glass.
I hate you.
I am waiting for the shippers to start with Clusie.
Well, you just started it.
Yay, Clusie! Hashtag
Clusie.
Clusie. I'm in.
Is it like, it's like I want them to go on a Clouseau type adventure.
It's so juicy, this Clusie.
Yeah, well, because Clara was not interested in Johnny, which is why she's still alive. She was more interested in Lucy.
No, Alice had a thing for Johnny, though.
Yeah, that's true. And Lucy, I love when...
Which I think is bad. If something that's technically a gun has a crush on you, isn't that technically a threat?
No, because Lucy also has a crush on Johnny.
Okay. So Johnny can only get animatronic things that can't technically die. Those are the only things that are allowed to love him.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, but we can't let
Hashtag
Alice.
Clusies on the
We
screen.
can't let Alice blow up.
Okay.
That's the thing. It may be machine. It could blow up.
You know what? Opening up the door for androids, though, like this, I really just fear for the future scenes of using her as a pawn against them, because they can just be so much more violent when it's not a human being. Like, you can rip her arm off, you can start ripping stuff out of her to torture
At least
her.
she's not. At least she's not basic. Like
see,
She's
Johnny-
not basic.
She's not basic.
Johnny's a basic bitch. I'm surprised. I can't wait for Pre to start using that terminology. Johnny, you're so basic.
But see, here's the thing, and this is another reason that I love Killjoys, because they hide in there while we're like joking about the androids and stuff. They hide in there like some very serious like sci-fi stuff because.
Go ahead, nerd.
Fine, I will. No, but the idea of like, at what percentage of augmentation do you stop being human? She said that she's 26% like machine at this point. That's still vast majority human, and clearly she's got a human brain.
Right.
So is she, like you were saying, she's an android, but like. I would consider her human, and the law says that she's not, and that concept of where do you draw the line? Is it at 50%, 49%? Like, is it at 90% augmented or is it just is it the brain? Is the brain the only thing that defines a human?
Let me counter that as well, because you said that her brain is obviously human, yet they also instilled some artificial intelligence protocols into her. Like,
that's true.
Is it Isaac Asimov's rules that you can't?
The 3 laws.
The 3 laws, and the third law is you can't kill humans. Well, it's not that she can't kill humans; it's that she can't raise her weapon against her owners.
Yeah.
Well, that's if she's programmed with the 3 laws. Like,
True, but
that's
I'm saying,
like.
But you're saying she's programmed, and you're also saying she has a human brain, obviously.
Well, but if she has a human brain, like I don't think she's programmed. I think that she has at least she may have like augmentation for like connecting to. She clearly has something that connects her brain to Lucy. But her thinking is still, I believe, we don't know yet, I believe controlled by her human brain. She at least seems to behave that way.
Let me ask this. Do you think we will see Clara and Alice again?
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah.
Do you think we will get another badass scene like we did with Dutch and Clara and Alice taking on those thieves?
Yeah. They wouldn't introduce something crazy like that, not kill her, and not bring her back.
She's not going anywhere. They're not going to send her away. Of course, we haven't seen the second episode yet, so this is all predictions at this point, but I don't even think she gets off the ship and gets away before the third episode. I think it's literally dropping her off, starts a new storyline, which integrates her more and more into the team.
I would
Love
say
it. I
we
love
won't see her next week. If we do it'll be like right at the end, because they literally just said like, hey, Lucy has a connection, so we can call you at any moment.
That's true.
Use that fast travel. Get to us.
We have an intergalactic flare gun that we can fire at any
We
moment.
need a tricorder.
I like when she leaves, Lucy goes, I like that one, John, can we keep her? He says, that's not how it works, Luce. Not even a little bit how it works.
Not a little about how it works, because if I like her too, she dies.
Right, seriously. That's how it works, Luce.
Does that mean that Lucy thinks of Clara as a pet? Is that the implication?
I was going to say something dirty, and I did not. All right.
I mean, they engaged in that special mode,
They
the
did it.
Nexus
Yeah, they
mode.
did it.
Look,
Moment.
Lucy.
Hey, girl, you trying to Nexus?
Okay.
Lucy
so,
plugged in to a cavity on Clara. I'm just saying.
Anyway,
It's called Nexus.
before we move on to what's happening on Arkin, I want to take a moment to thank our fans. Guys, thank you so much! We're back because
You're the best.
we love this show and you guys are amazing and you love this show. So we ask you to do a very simple thing for us. Go to iTunes. If you like us, give us a 5-star rating. If you don't like us, you can give us a 4-star ratings. The other stars, they don't work, so just don't touch them.
And tell us if you're on Beard side of the table or Yell side of the table. Beard side of the table's better.
Because they're my beards.
Choose a
Yell
side.
about your beards.
So let us know in the comments what you like, what you don't like, what we could be doing better, that they should shave. And we have some reviews.
We have some reviews from May 13th, 2006.
Nice.
Guys, when I looked at this and saw 2016 reviews, I was like, wow, people are really excited for this new season.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys have picked up the Blu-ray already. Lana Vase, of course, we know her from Sleepy Hollow and some of our other shows, says,
A lot of our other shows.
Dominion's cancellation was a sad day.
'Twas.
But Syfy kept my confidence by renewing Killjoys, their best show by far. I cannot wait for another great season of the show itself and this after show. I just wish that it doesn't go the way of Sleepy Hollow Season 2 and Season 3 in the Twilight Zone. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. Luckily, so far, it's going amazing.
Look, sophomore year for most TV shows is the hardest. Like, it's the biggest challenge in a TV show. Like, the first season, like, you have more breathing room because you're just getting your footing, but a lot of shows suffer the sophomore slump. We're off to a good start.
We're off to an amazing
Yeah.
start.
So, but, like...
Davin still has an apostrophe. He's still good.
Go on.
I have faith.
All right, I'm
but
sticking,
it is
I'm
a
sticking
tough
with the
year.
sci-fi theme. Love this podcast. I'm so excited to have discovered this podcast. I just finished watching the entire season on demand and have watched them all again. I love this show. I cannot get enough of it, and I am eagerly awaiting season 2. It's great when a group of characters gel, and it just takes you there. Having every character is interesting and seems there is fertile ground for a lot of storytelling. It's fun to listen to this podcast,
God.
interviews, dissecting storylines and ideas. Thanks. Praise the trees.
Praise the trees.
I like how
And the
Dave's
roots
ready.
grew.
Okay.
And the roots grew.
And the roots grew. And then the last one from R.S. Chen. What's another sci-fi character?
Spock.
I
I don't know who
Star Trek.
I don't know who has like a good cadence that you could just do
The
on the spot.
Doctor. All of the doctors.
This one's from R.S. Chen. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith.
Just freaking read it.
Do it.
No, just read it.
Keep going.
Just binge watched both the show and after show. Liked the great idea and theories you guys had. Can't wait for the second season to start.
Nice.
What are you doing? Don't hit that button.
Okay.
You guys all got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Davin back on Arkin. So he has his love dream where he makes out with Dutch. And then we see the green
As you
stuff.
do.
Yeah, as you do. Then we see the green stuff. And all of a
That's
sudden
usually
he's
what happens when you're making out with a girl.
green stuff.
Go to the doctor.
Seriously.
The Ziz makes a return.
No. Oh my God, it's green
No.
Ziz.
Calm down, the two of you. Anyway, Davin's out in the cold all of a sudden. There are dogs barking. There's a man down. We see a battle between Scarbacks and level 6s.
Scarbacks just reminds me of Nerf herder in that it's just like a derogatory term. But I know that it's like a...
It's the monks.
No, it is a derogatory term for the monks.
Yeah. Here's what I'd like to say. I recall in season 1, the monks had a very beautiful and distinct outfit. I don't care that they're in the snow. They should not be wearing shirts. But anyway,
They're literally outside on a moon.
in the snow, regardless.
Moon snow.
So Klein sees Davin and says, "You're not supposed to see this yet. How are you here?" And Davin wakes up, rejects the green goo, and at that moment I said, "Thank you, Michelle, creator of the show." He was in just his undies. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful.
Just that line, like if I wasn't already like on board with what was happening in this show, like
I'm on board with him in
but
his
like
undies.
no, but like Klein when
Yeah.
he's just with the idea like you're not supposed to be here
Yeah.
yet, the mystery that opens up about what's happening here, like so clearly there's some mind control inception going on,
Right.
it made me question, like, throughout the entire episode, like, what point is, how much of this is in his head, how much of this is being controlled,
Right.
like controlling, even like the idea of him being unique. He's rejecting it. Like, what if they put every level 6 member, that's my thought as I'm watching, what if they put every level 6 member through that process of, like, he's unique.
Yeah.
Like, he's the special one. And then, like, they just become level 6 through that.
Well, so I think that
I don't think that's it at the end. By the
I
end of the
think
episode.
that there's this process that they're supposed to go through, right? And they're supposed to, whatever their mission is, get the memories of that person, right? Because, like, we at the end established that it is possible that he was having Dutch's memories, right?
No, I think it was so.
Well, he saw
The green-
Dutch.
Right.
Yeah.
The green goo is connected to a computer mainframe, basically.
Right.
We've decided that. Klein has access to it. So, of course, Klein could be within those memories. And it's basically just entering a game in a way when he's injected with the green goo and has the same memories. So I think it's just Klein viewing the same thing and then Davin being in that same area of the computer and Klein being able to see another user there,
I
per
see.
se. I think the more interesting thing to look at is there's two options, and one of them is, well, there's more than two options, but
Right.
two of them are, the first being, of course, time travel, in that that's not from the past, that's a memory from the future.
Oh,
That's a memory from Klein,
love it. Go on.
and that Klein is the first person to travel back in time. That would make sense why everyone is like, oh, it's an honor to meet you, sir. He's famous here because he is the first person to bring all this technology back in time.
I like this.
Which would make more sense with her, because if she's the first person to be experimented with future tech by him, then it makes sense to say that they would want to find her. And he so easily eliminated everything about Davin from the computer, so he knows his way around this tech.
Right.
That obviously we find out also. We're looking at Johnny Jacoby, who is very smart.
Yeah.
He's got a ship. He knows how to hack everything. He's very familiar with technology. And somehow he can find this green goo last season and be like, this is years and years and years ahead of anything that we know of. So obviously it could have come from the future.
It's
I love
definitely
it.
it could be the future. Klein maybe he's not human. Is another possibility. Like, if he, because, like, the quad is not, like, it's not where humanity sprung from
Yeah.
in this universe. Like, they loosely sort of hinted that, like, Earth still is, like,
A
the
thing.
original thing. We just haven't referenced it specifically.
Right.
We're just in the quadrant.
Klein could be. He could. I mean, there's two possibilities there. He could be an alien of some kind, or he could be from Earth. Like, it could be that Earth is, like, some, like, very unique, like, futuristic utopia of sorts, as opposed to, like, the usual, like, concept in sci-fi where Earth is just a wasteland.
Right. No, that's
To
Old
be
Town.
from Earth is maybe something special.
Okay.
The other option that I was kind of toying around with is that Dutch is the one who's different.
Right.
And Dutch's cells are what makes level 6. And that ever since she was young, they attempted to clone her. They made some that just don't survive or whatever. They make people level 6 by using her cells, and basically she's just been shut dormant by Klein to keep her safe.
Yeah.
We're still. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what makes a level 6 because there's clearly some mind control going
Right.
on. They have the nanobots that we established last season.
Yeah.
In the torture chamber.
So I feel like there's nanobots in the goo, right?
Probably.
It seems like, so my ideas watching this was that when Klein says to Davin, like, I wanted you to become level 6 so that you could watch over her and protect her. So I thought he was putting memories into him, or, trying to, like, control his mind so that he could protect her and know more about her, that she didn't even need to know, that he wouldn't know that he knew these things about her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, Klein seems to have complete control of the system, but he's not the one in control of everything.
Right.
So he could probably underwrite a program into Davin if he was made into a level 6
Right.
to protect her.
Absolutely.
As opposed to he might be jeopardizing people finding out if he did it to all these different level 6 people like Fancy.
Yeah.
So I think if you're going to imagine it as if, I like to imagine level 6 as a program.
Yeah.
And your brain as the computer. basically they keep your memories to a point, wipe everything else, and run level 6.exe, and suddenly, now that you've been integrated with the system,
Right.
you have the benefits, but you also are under the control of the system,
Right.
which would make Davin. That's the only possible reason I could see that keeps Klein on her side, while making sense for him to bring Davin into the facility to make him level 6. Because if he had some kind of confidence in being able to control Davin after he's made level 6, but still keeping who he was, like, I think that's
Yeah.
what I'm kind of looking at.
He wants Davin. I need to pronounce it correctly. He wants Davin to be by her side.
Right.
I think at this point he's willing to just let it be. By the end of the episode, he's willing to say, "Do you care enough about her
Right.
that you will fight for her? All right, that's good enough. Go." In an ideal world, he just is like programmed him like to be
Right.
like from the what's it from Lost in Space. Danger,
Mr.
danger,
Smith.
Dutch, danger.
I
I
appreciate that Davin points out to Klein that he has creepy daddy issues. That it was inappropriate and creepy.
Why do you want me to stop talking? Because you got creepy daddy issues? No, because if you keep talking, I'm going to shoot you multiple times and put my fists in the bullet holes.
Okay.
It's oddly specific.
Wow.
Beautifully coded.
But there's a really cool thing that they're building with the Black Root.
Yes.
I
Okay.
laughed so hard. I'm sorry. But when they say Black Root and then it's just a group of black guys, I
Yeah,
was just like,
that-
really?
That little detail
Really?
maybe didn't.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the African American root, but I'll let it
Anyway,
slide.
We are on a different planet.
We're on a
They're
moon,
not
technically.
they're neither African nor American.
But why does the black and Black Root have to do with that?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
and look, it was a weird little moment, but I'm trying to just ignore it because I don't think
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna be like.
I don't think so either. Moving on.
But the fact that it's the root,
Yes.
it like ties directly into the Scarbacks, because the whole
Yeah.
the whole worship around a tree,
Yeah,
Right.
and the
that's
root
right.
grew. What if this is like a hidden like ninja sect of the monks that like maybe like Alvis doesn't even know about, but this is just like it's a very specific chapter of the religion.
Holy crap.
Or they're different pieces of like ultimately the monks are under the same control of whatever
Yeah.
force is controlling all of this.
Yeah. Before you lose it.
So you're onto something in a different way.
Okay.
That I think.
Okay.
You may be right in your thing, but it's just thinking of this past season of Game of Thrones too. What if
No spoilers.
no
just in
spoilers, but
Massive
what if
spoilers.
what if the church is in charge of everything?
Oh yeah.
Like what if from the beginning it's always been the church and like this is just another sect, this
Yeah.
planet area.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is like so the church is controlling everything, or whatever organization is controlling the church. Like the church may just be like a method of their control.
Yeah.
Like they create the monks, the Scarbacks, like to control this faction, and like they make them believe that what they're doing is freedom fighting in a way.
Right.
So like I could totally see that when we get Alvis back into the fold, like he would be effectively rebelling against the religion that he had been a part of because he discovers that it's not what he thought it was. It's
Yeah.
somehow he thought it was this ritualistic, this beautiful thing, and it's actually some nefarious plot by either an alien overlord or a future
Okay.
time traveler overlord.
We're real prediction-y.
yeah, I'm one more.
Okay,
Deal
we
with it.
still have a little more to talk about.
I know. But what's the best way to get people on your side and is give them a common enemy?
Yeah.
Maybe it makes sense why it's just called the company. Maybe they're just very unimaginationing that it was
Unimaginationing?
unimaginationing.
Go ahead.
It's a very imaginative way of
Yeah.
saying imaginative.
Unimaginative.
No,
So-
unimaginationing.
Let's say, so if you're going to transfer a lot of people from one place to another and colonize a new planet, that's got to be difficult to keep everyone under control. So what do? You create a company that's run by the church with the appearance of being against the church, and then have the community be all for the church. So then the community's against the company, so they're really vying for the church. So if the company ever gets destroyed, then it's still the church in charge of everyone. Now they have control over everyone with the ideas that they've won.
like a
now they're
backup
all
plan.
on. No, it's just
Okay.
they're all already. Now that they're so invested in it, they're already all on the side of the church, and then they can go colonize more planets.
They're going to the leader like, all right, so I like this
nope,
plan.
We're done.
We're splitting
We're
it
done.
up.
We're
The
moving
I don't
on.
know what should we call
Stop
the company.
talking. Hey,
Initech,
Can you
Dynacore.
mute Yell? We're gonna go on predictions. Right?
Okay, it's time to talk about the
I just wanted to make fun
extraction.
of the company.
All right, so we find Fancy, we let Fancy out, we go, we let out the Fancy, we find Davin outside.
Inappropriate.
How did they get there so quickly? They land in some random place on the planet, and then the next scene they're in the hospital
It's a
that's been
moon.
converted. Yeah, moon.
All right, so
There's
anyway,
only one main base,
Yeah.
I think, is the thing, and so Davin was actively moving towards them. I think he got like the info on where to go.
I
Yes.
know, but they ended up in the exact room that they killed the doctors in. I'm like, well,
fair.
they knew exactly where he was on this gigantic moon.
They did get his location though.
Okay.
when he
That was how
outside.
they found
I
him.
thought
Was
that was after he
Lucy
got out,
picked
though.
up?
Yeah.
Lucy picked up his. I mean, they landed in a convenient spot, but like once they got into the base, Lucy was telling
Okay,
them.
So
where
they
Yell
find
wants to talk.
Davin. So they find Davin,
Davin.
and Dutch wants to find Klein. And I like that Fancy says we're wide open out here. Whatever we're doing, let's do it. And at this moment, I went, "Yay! Fancy's joining the team!" And they decide not to go after Klein. They go back on the ship.
Do what I do. Lie. Yeah. Relationship advice with Klein.
Absolutely. So we're on the ship, and they shoot Fancy because he is level 6.
This was so savage, though, because you look at this, and Davin's like right in front of him, and you're like, okay, I know he's gonna like find out if Fancy's level 6 or not, but if I'm gonna find out if Zach has magical healing properties, I'm gonna shoot him in the damn foot. I'm not gonna shoot him in the heart.
Absolutely.
I'm like,
Thank you for that.
Let's find out if you're immortal, Zach. Let's shoot
He
you in the
might
heart.
have. He might have been their like friend who has helped them save their lives before.
Nah.
He just shot him in the heart.
Like how different of an episode ending would this be if he didn't get up? And it's just like,
Whoops.
I was wrong. My bad.
He hadn't explained this to anybody,
Yeah.
so to everyone's perspective, he just shot Fancy in the chest in cold blood. And like he's like, no, if you shoot him, he would have healed. Like if he was bad, he would have healed.
Well, 'cause
like,
then-
Davin,
Can we
we're
just-
gonna
'cause then they
we're gonna
cut
put
Davin.
you back
Yeah,
in
they
that
cut
hospital.
Davin.
They cut his hand to see if he was gonna heal.
I want a recut of that where it's just like,
He dies.
wait for it. Wait for it. And it's just like an hour later, wait for it. Trust me, guys.
So now that Davin and Dutch and everyone is back on the ship, except for Fancy, who was left out in the cold.
You left one little thing out that I'm going to talk about real quick.
Go for it.
Yell. Is that Davin is immune to the green stuff and can hurt people who are level 6. Because it had his blood
We
on
mentioned
it.
the green stuff, but like we didn't talk about the fact that when he stabbed
Oh, right.
Klein,
Because
Yes.
it had his blood on it. He stabbed Klein and it didn't heal.
so something.
Klein has stigmata.
Yeah. Something about Davin's anatomy, wherever he's from, like
Yeah, something
he's-
about Davin's anatomy. Absolutely.
when he stabs you.
Yeah.
No,
When
but
He gets his
Just
fluids
keeps getting
on. Yeah,
worse.
go on. I'm listening.
but
He's got like the level 6 STD. It just
so, oh my
Yeah, he
god.
does.
But it can't be from birth unless he's some kind of android.
doesn't have to be-
Because
no.
because like then it would apply to Johnny as well, and in theory, I guess it could.
It could. That's where my head's at.
It could.
I think it probably has. If you're gonna tie it in with the theory of Dutch is super special and she's the one used to create level 6s, the fact that he had sex with her could have transmitted something to him that makes him immune to him.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm real okay with that.
Sexually transmitted
Immunity.
healing.
Like
So Davin.
maybe that's why Klein doesn't want them to find out, because if all the leaders know they can become immune by doing that.
That could be why he killed her husband.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! He killed her husband because her husband was immune.
Anyway.
Dude, we just solved Killjoys.
So Davin reveals the lie to Dutch, and he says that he doesn't think that Klein is her enemy, and that maybe he doesn't run the rack. And then we see, so when Klein is frozen, they say take him to the lady, which Who's
Again,
the lady?
The freaking names they have.
The lady
company,
who works for the company.
lady.
And she runs the rack. Of course, a lady runs the rack. And Fancy sits to protect Klein, which I will say my prediction. And they say, what would scare Klein? What if he's protecting you from whoever really is running the rack?
Which I'm pretty sure this was our prediction last season.
Absolutely.
Was that Klein was going to turn out to be the good guy.
Yeah.
That was
but-
going to be the season 2 twist.
So Fancy kills the guy who's next to Klein, and then sits there.
To protect him.
Okay, so Fancy's on Klein's side. So,
I think Fancy and
so we're
Klein are
assuming-
now a great pair.
Klein
It's like a dream I had
Klein
once.
is definitely Klein runs the level 6s.
Yeah.
Like they're his like super team.
Right.
And so I think he could lead them as a faction, like against whoever is running the
lady?
rack. Like the lady.
The lady who runs the rack? Wait, do I
Because
run the rack?
the lady's rack is susceptible to Klein's level 6.
Go on.
I don't know. I was
Goo?
gonna make a
His green goo?
Yeah. So
else
Klein and the level 6s get their green goo on the lady's rack. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Who else thinks that it's going to be Dutch's mom?
Oh, yeah, that makes
Oh,
sense.
that's a good prediction.
Wait, we're not at predictions. Anyway, they're headed back to Old Town to save Elvis and Potter, but no
And the
one
Chickmunks.
else.
Elvis and the Chickmunks.
Can we save the Rat King?
Maybe.
I didn't want him to
died, though.
die. Well, we saw him outside. We didn't see him die.
All right, so before we head into predictions, because we haven't done that already, we have news, don't we?
Wait. We literally haven't talked about the storyline of rescuing. Have we?
Rescuing.
What's her face? We did talk about that, didn't we, Clara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Remember Clara with Alice?
Oh, I forgot. I'm forgetting things. Is this the dream sequence, guys?
Okay.
All right.
News and gossip.
Come here.
So a little like off the show news, but
Still news.
Hannah John Kamen booked a role in Steven Spielberg's adaptation of Ready Player One.
Yay!
And I'm super excited. Nobody knows what she's playing, but what I'm hearing is that it is a significant role.
Awesome.
I've read this book like 4 times. Unless she's playing an avatar of a different character that's already been cast, I don't know who she could possibly be.
Okay.
So it's possible that it's like there was one idea that she was playing Ogden Morrow's wife, Luciana. So those of you who are familiar with the book know what that means.
Right.
That's the only character that she could possibly play, but it's a minor character that's like mostly not involved in the main story. So I don't know who she's could be playing.
But if you missed
Stay
her
tuned.
Between seasons, you may have noticed that she happened to have been in Star Wars The Force Awakens,
Yeah.
as well as Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but she died.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
In Star Wars?
Spoiler. The point is, she was in both.
If you haven't seen The Force Awakens yet,
Where have
Which
you
one
been?
was she? She was the
Go
one who
see it.
reported on in the bar, right? In Force Awakens?
no, wasn't
she
she? She was on the
she was
Senate's
on-
world.
Yeah, she was on.
Oh, God.
Like we saw her for a half second.
Yeah, but I lost my mind with excitement.
Yeah.
It's
That
like
was
when
the
I saw
censored
Neil
version.
Napier in X-Men.
Yeah, but he lived.
Okay. Predictions. Because I've been holding on to them all day.
We have not.
I think they're doing experiments on everyone in Old Town.
TV.
Ooh.
And I think what
You
they
couldn't wait for him to finish speaking?
Nope. They're doing experiments on everyone who survived the Old Town thing.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to go underground to release everyone who's underground to fight back against it. Try
Okay.
to we're gonna take Old Town back.
Nice.
We do have everybody in the catacombs.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's how we say it on Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, get
This
used to
isn't
it.
Sleepy Hollow.
It is now. Well,
but-
hopefully not.
Yeah, seriously.
But everybody down there there's a lot of monks.
Yep.
But
And
a lot
Potter.
of just citizens. Yeah, and Potter taking care of everyone, so everyone's gonna be healthy.
I could have sworn more people got on the ship with them, right?
There were definitely refugees, but
Yeah.
like we don't know where they went. They definitely would have gotten them off the ship.
But Pre decided to stay because it's air conditioned.
I mean, they might have just used them for food. This is the future, so Soylent Green can happen.
Fair point.
Yeah, I think they just
I-
dropped them off somewhere.
I predict that we're going to have a great, beautiful season of Fancy and Klein working together, being Fancy Klein.
What's their theme song?
I don't know.
Fancy and Klein.
Oh, no.
Fancy, fancy.
If
I'm so
Fancy's gonna
fancy.
hang out in space with Klein, he's gonna have to respell his name. It's gonna have to be Phansee or something. Because look, Klein spells his name weird.
How does he spell
it? I'm doing this from memory. Khylen, I think it was.
Khlyen.
That's exactly what I said.
No, you said YL. It's LY.
Well, whatever.
I think
I
they're-
know where my Y's go.
They're laying roots right now for Clara.
Ha!
Yeah, I know. They're laying roots right now for Clara to
they
be
the black
involved with the green goo in that she's half android, and she could probably adapt to it pretty well. Because all things considered, if you're gonna, this is so Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator.
Yeah.
But if Klein is an android from the future that comes back in time,
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun.
right? I mean, it makes a little bit of sense, and why he can control everyone so easily.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. And how he's able to communicate with Dutch through the little like neck
Yeah.
thingamajig. I'll
And
bet
why
you.
he's so perfect.
I'm gonna
He's
predict
so
this. This
beautiful.
might not be right away.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to get whatever tree. All of the. I'm serious though.
Yes.
Whatever tree
lady is
they
just a
are
tree.
referring to. Oh my god.
It's just like a talking tree.
It's the
No,
tree
but-
of life.
But I think that we will get something like that,
Yeah.
and the tree is going to be this. So I bet you like maybe the green ziz is actually like sap. Sort of, it comes from the tree, and then they use that to make this like liquid computer
Is
thing.
it the tree from Lucy at the end of it? Because remember that Scarlett Johansson movie named Lucy,
Yeah.
and then the ship's named Lucy, and she makes like this big black tree that's like Data.
Yeah, but the tree is probably going to have a stick that can magically heal people.
No, that's a different show.
No, that's not the show.
No, that's a different show.
What if the tree has a like can pick up the car with Ron and
Oh my
Harry on it
God.
and like beat it up?
I feel like we're on it. We know what this tree can do. And the tree is the lady who runs the rack.
No, but she has control of the tree, and that's so. If I'm sticking with my prediction that like it's somehow the person could like the lady is also sort of like the Pope of the Scarbacks and the Black Roots, which is all part of one massive religion that's controlling all of this for a nefarious purpose that I do not know yet.
And it's Dutch's mom.
But the tree,
Yes.
a tree that is either somehow intelligent or just incredibly powerful and like basically fuels everything that goes on in this system is going to be central to her plot.
Can you just
And
imagine
those roots grew.
they bring Klein into the room and he's like brushing off frost and stuff, and he's like,
Hold on, I'm imagining it.
and he just walks up and he's like, well, hello. And then it just pans over to the woman in a chair and she's just like, so how is my daughter doing?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
sold on it. Like, right?
With fancy behind him, looking real fancy.
Yeah.
I'm,
Fancy with blonde hair.
hold on now.
Pre with the hair from
Yeah, yeah.
his back time.
My head went in all different places.
Pre's mugshot photo with the blonde hair looks like when you hit randomize in Skyrim and you create a new character.
Okay.
It's one of the. It's like that menu where you just like have scrolled through all of the other hairdos in like the fake salon. You're like, I would never pick that one. Moving on.
All right. On that note, thank you guys so much for joining us for the season premiere of Killjoys. Season 2.
Oh, we
I'm
forgot about
so
the symbol
excited.
that was on the floor.
There was a symbol. We don't know anything about it.
It was.
Noobs can't Triforce.
It was this. It was a circle with a triangle and 3 little circles on the triangle.
Dude, geometry is the future, man.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Thank you guys so much
the
for joining
tree
us.
is a triangle with circles.
Wait, isn't there 4 planets in the quad, but there's only 3 planets
No,
they consider?
It's 1 planet and 3 moons.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is the 3 moons with
Yeah.
the circle.
Oh.
And the triangle is the church keeping everything together.
Awesome.
That's a good prediction. I didn't even think
Tweet
about this.
at us
4
your
circles.
If they're named the
predictions.
company and the lady, maybe the church is just called the triangle. I mean, I'm not letting anything pass me at this point.
Let's just
Why don't you guys
outro this show.
Tweet at us your theories on the symbol. You can tweet at Stephen.
At Stephen Lemieux, StephenLemieux, and check out my network, the Popcorn Talk Network, where we discuss all things movies. Zach has a show on it called Syfy Weekly. If you like Killjoys, you'll really enjoy that show.
Yeah.
Bloody-o.
Yeah, it's we just started it a couple weeks ago. It's me and Jesse Klein right now. We're working on some other stuff, but we've been talking nerding about sci-fi once a week. All the news and discussion topics that you could want. We've already talked about Close Encounters and Independence Day Resurgence, and we're asking ourselves this coming week, how do you define sci-fi?
And where are you on Twitter, Zach?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at that Zach Wilson.
Yay! You guys know where to find me. I'm everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And I have a podcast. It's called Intimate Interrogations. Sometimes it's dirty. Sometimes it's not. But you can check it out for free on iTunes. And also, that's right, we're doing the Dark Matter after show. We decided to do it. You're welcome.
We as in
Me.
you and...
Me and Tari.
Okay.
I forced him into it.
Yay!
Yay! So we'll see you there. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.